Hello, my Asian friends living in Asia or else any other part of the world right now because of your random XYZ reasons. I am your Asian friend living, residing, and thriving in South Asia. My Asian friends, up until now, we have already covered three of our Asian countries, which is Japan, India, and Sri Lanka, when it comes to the lens of us Asians performing this one particular common ancient Asian practice of ancestor worship. So if you guys are interested, then you can check those videos out first. But for this particular video, we are going to focus on yet another Asian, actually Southeast Asian country, Thailand. My Asian friends, believe it or not, all of us Asians do this common practice of ancestor worship, of course, on the daily basis. If not daily, then all of us are at least doing it annually. But depending on the region within our continent Asia, our Asian country resides in, our motivation, philosophies, ideas, or else the rituals behind the ancestor worship might differ. That is why we have already decided to explore our Asian countries from the lens of ancestor worship. So for Thai people, whenever they perform this practice of ancestor worship, their festival is known as Phai Kon. Phai Kon festival in Thailand is celebrated elaborately because Thai people celebrate this festival revering their ancestor spirit for 3 days in a row, where usually Thai people take out the parade and procession where they adorn themselves with traditional colorful clothes along with the traditional colorful wooden mask on their head, representing the spirits of their passed on ancestors or else their guiders and protectors from the other realm. They do this, and apart from doing this, they also set up small shrines in their backyards or in their homes where they keep the photographs of all their ancestors who have passed on, so that they can talk to those ancestors and light incense in front of them and offer them offerings so that their ancestors in the next life feel comfortable. So this is the overall practice of ancestor worship in Thailand. But if I will deep dive into the festival of Phai Kon, then on the day one, it starts with setting up of the small shrines and altars specifically dedicated to their ancestors. Usually those shrines are wooden shrines. They can be inside the homes or else in the backyard of the Thai people home, as long as it is the ancestral home or else the place where those ancestors used to live. We are good to go. But on the day one, these small shrines are set up for the ancestors, and on the same day the offerings are set up in one tray, and these offerings are offered in 4 cardinal directions of that particular shrine, and one umbrella is placed at the front door. So this is day one ritual. And on day two is what the fun part begins, where the parade and procession of all the Thai people come out on the streets and they respect and revere their ancestors. Rather, they celebrate their ancestors by dancing on the traditional folk music, which is usually played during the Phai Kon festival or else which is related to this particular festival. And during that time, Thai people usually and certain specific community who is responsible to take out this parade dress themselves in colorful traditional clothes along with the wooden mask, which I talked about earlier, so that they can represent the spirit or else the presence of the deceased ancestors of the Thai people. So parade is taken out on the second day, and on the third day usually the Thai people do not perform any taking out of the parade or procession. And on this day usually the Thai people move to their nearby bigger shrines and try to visit the monks so that they can offer certain offerings to those monks or else feed those monks, believing that if at all those monks, living monks, are satisfied, then chances of their ancestors getting those offerings are high. And once these living monks are going to bless the lineage, then automatically those passed on or else died ancestors will also get the benefit. Along with Phai Kon festival, there is another community within Thailand, which is Khmer community, which again celebrates its own way of doing the reverence and paying the respect of their passed on ancestors or their family members who have actually moved on to the another life. For their celebration, usually their festival starts on the 10th lunar month, and which will approximately will be during the month of September and October. So this is the overall way or else I should say Thai way of doing the practice, common ancient Asian practice of ancestor worship. Asian people, as we have already somewhat started to get that depending on the region within our continent Asia, our Asian country might end up believing in different principles of doing this common Asian ancient practice. So Thailand is no damn different. Of course, Thailand has got its unique principles or unique values behind doing the ancestor worship within their region. So when it comes to the motivating factors or the factors which cultivated this culture around the common Asian practice of ancestor worship, then we will have to see the influences of major religions practiced within that region. So the three major religions which actually motivate this practice are, number one, Brahmanism, which is one of the old sects within the religion Hinduism. Second would be Buddhism, and third one is something which is unique to Thailand, and this belief system or else the religion would be known as animism. So my Asian friends, let me further elaborate to you. I'm fumbling for some reason. Maybe the Thai people ancestors are watching me and telling me, bitch, don't you dare make any mistake. Okay, so that being said, so within Thailand there is one religion which is actually very, very old and unique to this particular land, known as Satsana Phi, where literally if we bifurcate this word, then Satsana is known as religion and Phi is known as spirit. So this religion is actually centered around the worship or else paying the respect and reverence to the spirits or else the dead ancestors. So Satsana Phi is the religion of spirits. Within this religion, we have this belief system or concept which is known as animism. And when it comes to animism, then Thai people believe that everything has got Phi. Phi is spirit. So you have Phi, I have Phi, these things have Phi. Our ancestors have Phi. Everyone has got a Phi. Phi meaning spirit. So we are supposed to pay respect to as many things as possible, and especially we are supposed to pay respect and reverence to any of the spirits which might be our guiders and protectors. And usually those spirits who are guiders and protectors within Thailand are usually believed to be someone who was from our own family lineage, who has died and moved on to the next world. And the same way all of us Asians believe, not only these spirits have got enough power to affect or else impact the lives of the living members of their lineage, they also need some help time and time in the next world. The same way Thai people believe this, but this animism concept is quite cute and unique in my personal opinion, because we usually are careful about the living beings. Hardly anyone cares about the dead beings, but the thing is, at least someone cares about them. But when it comes to everything having a Phi or else everything having life, that is something quite unique and special to Thailand. And I do appreciate, because I guess if we believe that even the non-living things have Phi, then the chances of us valuing them, respecting them and using them wisely go high. And that way we do not end up misusing things or else doing this wastage thing which has gone up from past several years. So I guess this is quite unique to Thailand. And in the next section, we will talk and discuss about the main point why we created this video, even from the lens of Thailand, which is to compare how exactly Thailand is similar to their Asian counterparts and what exactly makes Thailand stand out even while they are doing this common ancient Asian practice of ancestor worship. When it comes to Thai people, I have noticed one pattern, that Thailand or else Thai people within our continent Asia are like that one friend in a friend group which has got one activity or else one set of activities common with each and every member of the group. Meaning, when it comes to the values, principles, or the rituals of Thai people doing the ancestor worship, they have at least one ritual which is common with almost all of the Asia. If not all of the Asia, then most of the regions of continent Asia. So let me give you an example. Thai people, as I already explained, during their Phaithakon festival, take out what? Parade and procession. And during that parade, they play what? The traditional folk music on that folk music they perform a folk dance, doing folk dance wearing what colorful traditional clothes with wooden mask. This is something which is also done in the eastern part of our continent Asia. And I have to, if at all I have to specifically pinpoint a country which country also does it, then it would be Japan. During Obon festival, even Japanese people do these similar things. I would say almost same things, right? So this way they do this common practice. And apart from that, when it comes to lighting an incense in front of the ancestors, or else offering the flowers, the food, the items which their passed on ancestors liked, this is a common activity which almost entire Asia does it. And of course Thailand is going to do it. And the third thing which I figured out is that as South Asians dedicate specific places or else specific small shrines within their ancestral homes for ancestors only and for performing the ancestral worship only, same way Thai people also set up wooden shrines separate from their deity shrines. So they keep things separate. So this way they have this common practice of setting up shrines dedicated to their ancestors in their ancestral land or ancestral homes, which is common with South Asians. And if I were to give an example, then we have already explored Sri Lanka and India, which are South Asian countries. So if we were to specifically take India, then within India, there are many communities which actually create small, if not wooden, then some people create small cement shrines which are dedicated only for their ancestors. And during that period of Shraddha, family members visit those small shrines and perform the practice of ancestral worship, right? So this way, Thailand has got certain rituals which are common with South Asia or South Asian countries. Similarly, one practice of keeping something which is related to the ancestors. Like in South Asia, usually the shrines are made, but nothing related to the ancestor is kept. But if you will talk about the East Asian and the Southeast Asian countries, then usually in those countries, the family members, while they are worshipping in those set up altars, which are inclusive of their day-to-day deities, then they also try to keep the name tablets, right, to represent their passed on ancestors, which is something which South Asian countries or else other regions of the Asia don't do. This is quite unique to East Asia specifically. So of course Thai people also do it, but they have their unique twist here. They did not copy paste it or did not keep one activity in common. They just change the flavor. What they did is that instead of keeping the name tablets, they keep the photographs of their ancestors. So this way they again do this common practice, but still in their unique way, right? Then again, there is fourth example which I would like to share is that mostly the other Southeast Asian countries or East Asian countries usually do not feed their monks during these festivals, but South Asian countries do, simply because of the influence of Hinduism. And within the religion Hinduism, during the time period when ancestor worship is supposed to happen, if some offerings are kept separately specifically for ancestors, and if any raven, a crow, or else a monk has it, then the family people or else the lineage people believe that their passed on ancestors have got that offering in the afterlife. So this way, Thailand, of course, now is similar with South Asian countries. Of course, I know Nepalis do it, Sri Lankans do it, Indians do it, now even Thai people do it, because on the third day of Phaithakon, they visit their monks and feed their monks and offer them the offerings which they believe that they are offering it to their ancestors. And once the monks are consuming it, people are believing that okay, the food is sorted for their ancestors in their afterlife. So this way, Thailand has got almost all of the elements of almost all of the almost half of the Asia, but still Thailand is unique in their own ways, because not all countries have all the rituals. Of course, they do certain elements which are quite similar to each other, but somewhere or the other, Thailand can act as an midpoint to which almost everyone can relate to. So this way, Thailand in itself, even though it's a mix and match, seems like a mix and match, an amalgamation of almost all of the rituals being practiced in every country in continent Asia, but still the set of rituals and how they are placed or how they are done is something which makes Thailand stand out when it comes to this practice of ancestor worship. So I hope I've said enough in this video, and by any means or chance or magic, any of the Thai people are listening to me right now, and if they love the video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you had some issues, no my Asian friend, this is where you were wrong, this is what you have missed. Please educate me in the comment section with nice words, and I would maybe come up with the updated video. If not that, then in the comment section itself, we all can educate ourselves about each other. Because why I started this channel, or else why from one particular lens I'm exploring almost all of the Asian countries. Not just this lens of ancestor worship, but there are so many other practices also which I will explore once this is done in the future also. Why? You know why? The motivation is to understand each other as Asians. So pinpoint all those points which are common between us, which can bring us Asians closer to each other, remove the ignorance amongst us, so that we can be very tight with each other, very close to each other, and grow together by just solving, resolving, dissolving our differences, and come together as a continent and make our continent so great to live in that every person from other continent wants to live in our continent. So that's my motivation, that's my dream. And Thai people, if you guys are listening to me, I hope you will be with me in this journey. And if any of my Asian friends are listening to me and they enjoy what I do, or else the way I do, I will be very happy if you join this journey. If not, then it's your choice. But I am going to integrate our Asia once and for all, even if for 6 months. Those 6 months will be great for me. But my motivation and my dream is this. And if you want to be with me, please do help me out and let me know what other topics we can explore, which can be uniting for us Asians. And this is it for this particular video. And yeah, I'll be back with yet another country from the lens of ancestor worship, which does this, and figure out what that country does, which is unique to them, or else is quite similar to all of us. So I guess I am done for this particular video, and hope you're doing good too. Okay, bye.